Run.
The box. You opened it. I came.
It's been a crazy month and a half. What do you think? What do you think, Jay, about all the stuff that's been going on? Do you think it's been getting more intense, or do you think it's kind of slowed down, or what do you think?
There's a lot of things happening. I actually am struggling to keep up, so there are things that I am not paying attention to on purpose, just for the fact that I think other things take priority.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely prioritizing the events. There's so many things that have been coming out. Finally, though, right? Because it seems like there for a minute, like maybe a month and a half, where all just nothing was happening.
Yeah.
You know, we're like, prepare. It was like nothing was really going on. And then now it seems like it's all going on, to tell you the truth. I mean, looking at it.
Yeah, just crazy stuff just happening.
We're just hearing like nuclear war, trans this, all sorts of crazy shit. I don't even know. But yeah, a real discussion between me, Astral, and your boy Jay tonight, or morning or afternoon, depending on when you listen to this. But I feel like this is gonna be a good one. It's real. We're going personal on here, and we're not gonna go on script. So unless you want to start, Jay, I got a topic for you.
Off the top of my head, someone tried to kill Pelosi's son.
Ooh, that was one of mine too. I might have to remove that from my topic. Pelosi's son or her husband?
Yeah, her husband. Yeah, it wasn't Pelosi herself, but
isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Have you been seeing the topics on that? Yeah,
I look at the headlines, but then it's one of those. I feel like it's not a false flag or something intentional that the media want us to look, but
it's being muddied, huh?
Yeah, like they want to cover it up, or like what is that called? Misdirect the information.
They're trying to align it in a way that fixates to their discussion. Yeah, it's crazy. So I have no clue what's going on. When I first heard it, it was a random person that broke into the house and then beat a dude with a hammer. Then I heard that it was a dude in his underwear that could possibly be right, some sort of lover to Nancy Pelosi's husband, and the cops got called for like a welfare check, and they just happened upon these two guys fighting over a hammer.
What I heard was the other guy was naked.
Well, I heard he was in his underwear. Who knows, man? Maybe he put on his underwear afterwards. I don't know, dude. This is weird. I want to know, like, how old was he? You know what I mean? Like, for real. And don't lie to me, mainstream media, because we know you would never do that. I want to know, was it like a 12-year-old child? And they're like, this man. Was this some Epstein shit or not, motherfuckers? That's what I want to know. But yeah, that's weird, right? Like some pretty much almost naked dude in Pelosi's house fighting over a hammer with her husband. This guy just can't stay out of the news this year, can he?
Like I feel that it's not a misdirect thing, but I feel it is, because like all the stuff in Europe is ramping up. Like Russia's moving stuff around and getting troops ready, kind of thing, and like Poland, I think it was Poland, like the surrounding countries close to that Nord Stream 2 pipeline are getting ready for war, kind of thing. and then all of a sudden in the news, Pelosi's husband is getting hammered by a naked man.
In more ways than one. It sounds like, I don't know, man. That sounds pretty gay to me.
It's like we have war, and then gay man. Breaks
I don't
into the
know.
house.
I feel like they'd do a better job being like Justin Bieber's gay. You know what I mean? Not the drunk fucking piece of shit that was driving down the road. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's the thing is like this guy's never been in the news before, right? Until this year, and then all of a sudden it's like,
Yeah.
oh, he was drunk driving, and here's a video of him trying to flash his white privilege card / like elitist card, and he can't walk, and he like kind of gets away with it, and then now he's got some naked stranger in his house fighting over a fucking hammer. I don't know. I just imagine it like a SNL skit or some sort of skit being like, no, this is going in your ass. No, this is going in your ass. No, this is. And they like freak out. They're like, I thought this was going in your ass. And he's like, oh.
I did it last time.
Some weird porno.
It's
that
your
the fucking
turn.
Cops walked in on. I don't know. I feel like Nancy's like, I'm gonna have a hit out, and she hits the fucking the dark web, right? And she just like hires someone, and it's totally some dude in his fucking underwear that's like, I got this, you know? And he's like,
Captain Underpants.
oh, that old bitch eating ice cream right now, where her husband's getting penetrated by a fucking hammer. Jesus. I know. What in the fuck? Who knows what to make of that? Allegedly, he's green, which is another way of saying you're fucking blue, but very interesting. I don't know. I was more on the side of it of let's see how quick this guy gets out of jail, being he's in California and there's no bail charges, right? There's no, yeah, that's interesting. You know, they hand him his hammer back in the plastic bag, and they're like, have a good day, sir. And he like goes back and does it again, right? Cocksucker. All right. You know, how about Katy Perry? Do you see that video, right? You see that video about Katy Perry?
I've seen that on Twitter, and I've seen the explanation about it. And I
Oh,
don't
was
know.
it her eyelash? Her eyelash was sticky. That's what I thought. I was like, that's where
No.
they're going with this.
I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to believe it's blue because she like when I watched the full clip on Twitter, her eyes actually started to droop down. You can't close your eyes without involving other muscles around it.
You think it
around
was
your
a
eye.
magic potion or what?
I don't know. The way she closed that eye, it's like as if she's going to sleep. Like every muscle around her eye,
Yeah.
her face was
Powering down.
well, it was stationary. Whatever smile she was holding, the rest of her face was still holding it,
Mm.
but her eye was it just like shut down. It started to droop, and then close.
That was weird, man. See, the only thing that I could see from it was okay. So you show that to me from someone, any person, and I'm like, oh, their eyelash was sticking to their eyeball, but she like touches and rubs the side of her head, her temple.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is two options now. She shouldn't have done that. She should have just been like, hey, I'm drunk. You know what I mean?
You know what meme that should come out of that is she becomes Cyclops in X-Men. It's the same exact spot where Cyclops does the laser beam out of his visor.
Yeah. Oh.
Like she touches that spot and then pew!
Oh Lord. Yeah. Oh, it was funny. And then she does that and she hits it like twice. And I was like, that's a robot, or that's like, it could be some sort of like futuristic. And I say futuristic because of how they give technology to the people, but like a skin suit. You know what I mean? Like a robotic skin suit with wires and stuff, how to make shit react a certain way. I was like,
so you're saying
hitting
it's
that.
malfunctioning?
And they're like, if this happens, touch this side of your head, because she doesn't really go hard on it. She just kind of touches it and pushes. So like she knows that this is a possibility that this could happen. Because like if your eye goes out, why would you touch the side of your temple, like your head right there? That wouldn't make my eye open if my eye shut. I'd be like rubbing my eye. That's what I thought. I was like, if my eye shut like that, I'd be rubbing my eye. But she doesn't. She like goes instantly to the side of her head and rubs that. So it's almost like a mask. Like if your automated whatever futuristic mask, skin, or suit doesn't, the eye doesn't open, rub right here, and it'll cause these wires or this tension to move in a certain way that it opens up. That was weird. I'm like, damn, are people paying for Katy Perry tickets and it's not even her? I don't even know.
Yeah, what if it is a robot? Like, I know Japan has a whole bunch of those advanced robots where they kind of look, well, not kind of, but they're pretty close to human looking like.
Well, that's what they show you, right?
Yeah.
But what if all these shows, all these people, they just sit at home and, you know what I mean? Because they are made. That's the crazy thing about it. These people, they're like nobodies, and then they're told to create certain music. What if it's all fabricated? What if these people don't even exist?
That's possible. Like, look at Gorillaz. Gorillaz,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
like that. There's no band behind Gorillaz.
Because the music sucks anyway. But a lot of the music is like mathematically pushed to be a big thing. But it's also contagious almost. It's the dumbest songs we can listen to are the ones that get stuck in your head, right? Told it's cool, right? You're like, this is cool, this is cool, this is the thing, this is the thing, everyone's listening to it. It's like, this is cool. You don't even have to create the person. It doesn't matter what they look like. You just got to give some sort of symbol. Like, this is them. And then you can create robots or suits for them and shit. And then it's just like, give me your money, motherfuckers.
I can give you a very good example of what you're saying right now.
Yeah?
Have you watched Lego Movie?
I have not watched Lego Movie.
You have not? Really?
No. I know.
in the first movie, they had the song "Everything Is Awesome." As soon as you hear that song, it gets stuck in your head like instantly. And then in the movie, the second movie, Lego Movie 2, they got this song called "This Song Is Gonna Get Stuck Inside Your Head."
Don't know shit.
And they have I think it was T-Pain in it, like as one of the guest singers too. But yeah, it's a really catchy song, and in the lyrics it says this is a really catchy song. And I've always wondered if that particular song was like a spell or like a hypnotic trance, because all the lyrics that was being sung was like, this song is gonna get stuck in your head, and basically it's just gonna get stuck in your head, and it's gonna make you feel good, kind of thing. Yeah,
that makes sense. It all makes sense. Music especially. You look back on music, people are breaking down old music now, and they're finding all sorts of stuff, and they're just like, what in the fuck was I listening to? It's been going on forever.
Yeah.
So the idea of them putting that, especially in children's cartoons, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The Baby Shark song is the like the beat of it is 666. So when I sing it with a 4 instead of the 3 or whatever. But very interesting how this stuff happens to our children, and then is fed through us, but also with our own shit. And yeah, it's crazy. It's wild because people are waking up, right? Some people have been awake for a while, but it's not mainstream. Now it's becoming mainstream, and they're trying to counteract that, and it's hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean, anything you watch or listen to nowadays, it's like, wow. I haven't listened to a new song. I don't even know what's new. I want to say that. I don't even listen to new music.
Actually.
I don't listen to new music.
Older music.
I guess there's a movement.
2010.
Yeah, for real.
Anything after 2010, I stopped listening to that stuff. I'll hear some songs that I recognize, like some from Bruno Mars, but the music that I listen to is in the 90s, 80s,
Yeah.
early 2000s mainly.
I only listen to old stuff or independent artists that have never
Yeah.
been picked up. Their stuff is crazy. But so how about the news topic with Ukrainians? Zelensky asking for more money. What do you think about that, Jay?
I haven't heard the exact details. I've heard that we're sending more money for some reason.
Yeah, money laundering.
It's the way I see it is, where are we getting the money from? And are we just printing it? Because that's just gonna increase our inflation.
They are. And so why are we paying taxes?
Yeah, exactly. Can't we just keep printing and cover the taxes?
That's my biggest thing is like, if they're allowed to print it, why are we forced to pay?
Yeah.
Because technically they just printed our taxes. It's weird.
Plus, the U.S. dollar is no longer backed by anything. It's not backed by oil anymore.
It's not back by a goddamn thing. They need to burn the shit to make it worth anything.
And I think I'm pretty sure the new generation or Gen Z don't know, but will likely not know. But a lot of other generations will not understand that Fort Knox is empty. So we have no value. We have no money. We broke.
We broke bitches for real. How about that diesel running out, bro? That shit's got me fucking turning. Everyone's like, or not everyone, but a lot of people are like not looking at that. And I'm like, you understand? It's like all the trucks, right? You about to not be able to wipe your ass again, bro.
Yeah.
What is that? You're gonna run out of distribution, motherfucker. And I'm like, I'm ready for that. But regular people are like, oh, diesel run out. I got a gas car. And I'm like, you understand? That's my thing is, I think there's gonna be a surge on gas. Here's the thing. You think shit is expensive now. Imagine, because the trucks can't do it, but imagine all the companies that use diesel or the facilities that use diesel that do have the capability of gas. And it might not seem like a lot, like only a few here and there around in your particular area, but look at the entire US. If they could actually switch to gas, which is more expensive for everyone, and it's going to cost labor to go up, it's going to cost wages to go up, it's going to cost everything. It's going to do a switch. So if they actually ran out of diesel, holy shit, everyone's going to run out of everything. And I'm not saying permanently, but for a hot minute, because diesel will come back. But
well,
yeah,
the thing I don't understand is,
I'm gonna get toilet paper.
why is diesel more expensive than gas? Like, diesel is a byproduct of refining gas, so why is it more expensive? Like other countries, it's cheaper.
That is true. I've
Gasoline is
never
more
looked into
expensive.
that. Is it more concentrated or?
Diesel, or gasoline is the more concentrated, and then
Is
the
it?
byproduct is diesel.
It
Because
might be the engines are made a certain way. That could be that could be why. Is that because they last longer and everything. So they're definitely made differently, but they could be made. It could cost more to make them. Is what it could be.
could be. Yeah. A lot of people don't understand that the whole supply chain starts with diesel, because you can't fuel diesel trucks with anything other than diesel. You could switch to biodiesel, but who's actually refining cooking oil? for
Yeah,
that?
if they wanted to make actual biodiesel, they'd be running giant plants on algae, because that's like the biggest
Yeah.
proponent of it. And hemp is what it would be. But yeah,
Yeah.
no one wants to
So-
talk about that. They want to talk about saving the fucking earth and shit, but they don't want to talk about how to actually make fucking natural fucking diesel instead
Yeah,
of
no
digging into
diesel.
the ground.
No trucks moving. No trucks moving. No goods moving.
Yeah.
And that is true across the board. If you are a farmer, you need diesel to move products in and out of your farm. and then even that, you need a truck to haul it away to the closest distribution center.
Mm-hmm. That's your
if not-
construction. That's your food. That's
Yeah,
the people that make your
it's
food.
raw materials, wood,
I
like
mean, you're
for these homes.
yeah, you're shutting down half the country. Literally half the country.
No, well, no, you're shutting down the whole country because the only local economies that's gonna thrive is economies that could support themselves. So
Yeah,
more like the
it's going
rural
independent real
counties.
quick.
Yeah,
And no one's talking about it.
well, they're talking about it, but not the right conversation. So I believe we will run out of diesel. We will still have gas, but it'll be so expensive that you won't be able to afford it because you know once diesel runs out, no one's able to deliver more gasoline. So like these gas station owners, they're gonna jack up the price just to be able to sell it to other people. Because if it's hard to get, you gotta pay for it, right? You gotta, how much are you willing to pay for something that you can not get?
Right.
And it's weird that it might translate to stuff in the store too. Like, you know, like your cereals and canned foods and whatnot, they might still be at the store, but they might be just super expensive. Not only because of inflation, but also because it's harder to get it in.
That's what I'm saying. And if there is a lack of diesel, there is an attack on gas, right? Which makes
Yeah.
it more people buying it, you know, product versus amount, you know, that they have inventory. That's going to directly affect your energy bills as well.
Oh yeah.
Like directly. Your electric bill is going to go through the roof.
Yep.
All the other bills are going to go through everything will go through the roof. It's an attack, and it's an attack on purpose. So who's doing it, Jay? Is it your local federal government?
I think it's the WEF.
What?
I'm not gonna say the WEF.
There you go.
WEF.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say the whole name because it might get picked up from the YouTube algorithms and get this video banned.
Oh no, YouTube, we're liberals. We are we love Joe Biden. We love Joe Biden. I'll say it
Say
again.
hail, Biden.
Yeah, hail Biden. We love Joe Biden. He's our favorite. We're liberals. We love it. We love it. The Green New Deal's great. Great plan. Great. It's great. All right, Jay. We're gonna have some listener out there like, yeah. Oh shit. All right, how about Elon and Twitter? What do you think about that shit going on, man? I think it's a psyop of some sorts. I think it's gonna be good. I don't trust any elitists, so and Elon isn't. People need to remember where this guy came from. He is literally government made. So, I mean, he could be going rogue, which would be good, but if they want to bury him, they will. And they haven't.
Yeah.
So that's the thing with me is, so what's going on with that? It's kind of tripping. It kind of goes with my alter idea of what this all is about, which I'm not going to
I
release
think the
now, but I'll
whole-
release it later.
I think the whole Twitter thing is a distraction from something. It might be a distraction from the war. It might be distraction from Naked Man with the hammer. But I'm pretty sure the whole Twitter thing and Elon, it was there to grab attention because all Elon did this whole time was troll people that, hey, I'm gonna buy it. No, I'm not gonna buy it. Hey, I'm gonna buy it. No, I'm not gonna buy it. Hey, you gotta provide this proof before I buy it. You know, all that stuff. And then there was another a tweet that went viral saying that he was gonna fire the whole engineering team, and then that came back as not being true. Like it's a attention grabber and a distraction.
You
from
just
something.
said it though. It
What?
was a tweet
Yeah, it was a tweet.
on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, the tweet was linking to a article.
Yeah.
I think it's NBC article. I forgot. It was a article.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's all part of the plan. I don't trust Elon, dude. I don't trust that motherfucker as far as I could throw him. Actually, I could probably throw him farther than I trust him. Tell you the truth. That's why I'm carrying a fake ass sink the other day. I don't know. I don't trust elitists. I don't trust any of it. It's all bullshit. And I don't give a fuck about Twitter. I don't use Twitter. I don't nothing. I like how it's stirring up the left. But why? Why? Why is it stirring up the left right before an election? That's the last thing you'd want to do, is to stir up a group of people right before an election, if you're on the opposite side.
I could throw out a conspiracy theory and or theory that I may offer.
Do it.
That is not planted in real life and not gonna be a reality.
Allegedly.
YouTube.
It's all alleged YouTube.
But it could be to incite civil war in the U.S. Like, the whole left, like red versus blue thing right now is so over the top. Like, if there is a red wave, all the blues is gonna be up in arms and burn down cities. If there's a blue wave, all the reds gonna be up in arms doing legal stuff, which is weird to me. But no burning down cities, but they're gonna do like
It's getting there.
and
It's getting there.
and
I
stuff
think
like that.
people are getting pissed.
Yeah, it's, and then somewhere in the middle there's gonna be
That's
the
what they
fighting.
want.
Yeah,
They want the right side. The only one that could cause a civil war or an actual, a real problem is the right. They're the only ones with guns.
there are lefties that has guns. Granted, they're not a lot. They're not a lot of them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot. So let's jump to Kanye West, bro. What the fuck do you think about that topic right there?
I don't think it's one that I'm paying attention to.
Yeah, he's
What is the
losing
topic?
like shit tons of money, right? And yeah, he went off. He said he was going whatever on the Jews. It's like a big topic. That is what I think is a false flag. I think that's for attention distraction.
Even though he probably wasn't.
I don't know. I think he's a loose chain, but I think he's being used.
I can see that.
He was a Trump supporter. I don't know. It's hard to tell because he was like banned or blacked out or whatever for so long, and then all of a sudden this happens and it's like a bigger thing. However, I can't tell if it's to cause a disruption in a certain way or if he's actually going through with this.
Yeah.
If this is his like demise / resurrection, or if it's like him standing foot on shit. I really can't tell.
I don't know.
So let's go from that to Halloween, Jan. Have you seen or heard any of the crazy things about where Halloween came from? Satanic rituals with children, all the holidays of the satanic rituals, all that stuff.
I don't really look into, only because I believe it corrupts the mind, just knowing stuff that stuff happens.
Right.
I don't like. I recently found out that the movie Hocus Pocus
Yeah.
is all about adrenochrome harvesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of it. And Halloween is pretty much a major holiday for satanic worshiping cults to sacrifice young girls in horrible ways, like religious leaders of themselves, for satanic worship. Yeah, the satanic cult, the satanic whatever they call themselves, say they don't believe in Satan at all. It's pretty wild. But Yeah, I saw some interviews lately of people that grew up in it, and it's pretty gnarly.
I can imagine.
Pretty fucking gnarly. I'll try my best not to send you the links, but I can't promise anything. But yeah, pretty much that kids were coming out in the 90s, and they weren't kids in the 90s, they were adults. And they told about how in the 90s, before they became adults, the early 90s, that, yeah, bad, horrible, the worst things you could think of happened, and their whole life was pretty much abuse, and they were used to it. They didn't know, and they couldn't tell the difference between a real, regular childhood and theirs, and that it was a growing spectacle that you could only imagine what it would be today. It wasn't a system of slowing down, but that it was growing and growing and growing back in the 90s. They said back in the 90s that it was like a huge epidemic, pretty much, of the satanic cult worshiping. So what do you think it is fucking 30 years later?
Child trafficking?
It's that, but they got to a point, because Halloween, actually, the stranger danger and the candy, checking through that, and the whole, like, it was crazy back in the 70s, because that's when it kind of started, when kids and people's dogs and cats would disappear and get sacrificially murdered, all three of them. But what they started to do, allegedly, was that they would have females inside of the cult have babies for these certain kinds of rituals. So the baby would be born right before the ritual, and then they'd take the baby and they would do the things that they did to it, and ultimately it would see its demise. And that's how they would control. They wouldn't register the baby through the system. So they pretty much stopped taking children, but it still happens today. But yeah, so they got a system to where people in the cult would get impregnated and have a baby for these rituals, and it happens on a scale so big that it would make people sick if they actually knew what the actual numbers were on that.
So the need was satisfied without the public knowing.
Exactly. And that all that we do with the whole costumes and the pumpkins and the trick-or-treating is it's all part of the cult. It's all part of the witchcraft. It's one big, like, spell, kind of, if you would, kind
Ritual.
of system. Ritual. Yeah, it's a ritualistic spell that we all do while they're doing what they do to almost enhance it. And they're taking that energy. Because the veil between whatever and whatever is the thinnest at its most during that time. And yeah, and that Halloween night, everyone can pretty much be positive on the fact that little children are being sacrificed for it. And it's absolutely fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
But there you go. Thank you, everybody, for coming to the Collective Minds podcast. It's been a great one. Thank you all. We are out.
Happy Halloween.
I want to play a game.
Run.
The box. You opened it. I came.